If you're considering Real Broker as your new brokerage, first brokerage, whatever, you may come across some literature that says 9 ways to earn wealth at Real Broker. And I want to talk about what those 9 ways are, if it really even is 9 ways, in this video. Let's go. How's it going, friends? My name is Jesse Lynch. I run multiple real estate teams around the United States. And on this channel and in general, I'm really interested in working with people, working with real estate agents who want to do things differently, want to do things on their own terms, want to break away from the norm of real estate. And if that's you, come hang out for a while and subscribe to this channel, click the bell to get notified so you can see when these videos are coming out. We put a lot of videos out on this channel and try very hard to provide a lot of value and a lot of unique perspective to what it is to be a real estate agent on this channel. And sometimes we talk about Real Broker. I'm an agent, a team leader at Real Broker, and I'm really happy to be at Real Broker. And so I'm very often talking with agents joining my team, whether it's like in a local sense or on a national level or through an expansion team, which, by the way, if you're interested, you can go to my website, jesselynch.co. There's a bunch of information on that about how we could potentially work together in different ways. And sometimes it's just agents who want to join Real Broker, and I have a lot of context to what that's about. And I want to make videos on this channel about Real Broker so that I can just give people these videos who are joining my team and say, I've already explained these ideas on a video much better than I will if we're sitting down for an hour, right? These videos collectively have taken a long time to shoot and edit and get to a digestible form. So these are basically assets that I'm creating to help myself, but also help agents who are going to work with me down the road. So specifically in this video, we're talking about the 9 different ways to earn wealth at Real Broker. And I'll be honest, I think it's really like 5 ways, 5 categories to earn wealth, but I get where they come up with the 9 different ways, because basically under the main categories, there are other ways, subcategories, if you will. So basically the 5 categories are commissions, naturally. That's kind of the most basic real estate way of making money. Then there's revenue share. Revenue share is not a brand new concept. There have been people who've done it before, Real Broker, but Real Broker does it very, very well and quite compellingly. Then there's the stock purchase program, or SPP, and then there are stock bonuses, which I think of as being a different thing entirely. And then there's real title joint venture. The most subcategories are under the stock bonuses, and also I think it's one of the coolest things that Real Broker does. As somebody who's earned, most of them over the course of the first year of being at Real Broker, I'm definitely a fan. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And so for agents who are going to be able to do that, those bonuses are pretty undeniable. But let's just start with commissions, right? For one, I have videos on pretty much all of these concepts, standalone videos on just the commissions, right? So I'm not going to go too far into that, but basically it's an 85-15 split with a $12,000 cap for independent agents, or 85-15 with a $6,000 cap for team members, or 85-15 with a $4,000 cap for platinum team members annual caps. Then once you cap, it's 100% split, and there are pretty minimal fees. Really, it's pretty crazy. I was at a 100% brokerage before I was at Real Broker, and I have paid so much less into Real Broker than my previous 100% commission brokerage, by the tune of like tens and tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a single year. It's pretty crazy to think about. So once you cap, there's a $285 transaction fee for purchases, $125 for leases. I'm not going to be talking about leases really on this video. And then there's a $30 BOP fee, which is brokers, errors, and omissions, basically. So every transaction, once you cap, there's basically $315 that you pay in. And keep in mind, you can charge a BAC, a broker admin commission, or you can charge whatever commission that you desire, and Real Broker does not charge one of those. Real Broker charges you the $285 and the $30 for your transactions, but they don't charge you an additional BAC. So of course you can just make money being a real estate agent, earning commissions, whatever commission that happens to be. And that's a really, really great way to earn money. This whole channel is talking about basically what a cool opportunity that is. So I'm not going to spend too much time lingering on that. I think that one's pretty obvious that you can practice real estate at Real Broker. Number 2 is revenue share. And I said before, there's other places that have done revenue share before this. EXP, I think Keller Williams. There have been other places that do it and have done it and still do it. But I think Real Broker's plan is pretty sick. And I've also, again, in my first year of Real Broker, saw some real compelling numbers from what are not too enormous of teams at Real Broker. And basically, anything that I've made in revenue share has been, just, it feels like gravy. It's just the cherry on top because I never used to get that, and I'm not really behaving any differently than I was before I was at Real Broker. I'm doing all of the same actions, all of the same behavior. But basically, revenue share is where if you attract an agent to Real Broker, so if you're already a team leader and you're attracting the rest of your team over to Real Broker, right? If you're migrating your team over to Real Broker, then you've officially attracted those agents to Real Broker, which was pretty cool. When I came over, that was sort of built in, and I don't know, it was pretty nice. But if you're a solo agent and you don't intend on growing a team, you can still attract agents to Real Broker and you can still get the benefits of revenue share. And again, it's in a pretty cool way. Basically, the most you can make off of a single agent in 1 year is $4,000. But depending on how many of those people you attract, that can grow pretty quickly. And then if they attract people, those people you can make $3,200 off of. If they attract people, then there's $2,400 that you can make off of them. If they attract people, $1,600. If they attract people, $800. And that's where that ends. But that can grow pretty substantially. I know there's at least a few agents who haven't been at Real Broker extremely long who have in the hundreds of agents underneath them because they prioritized revenue share. They've prioritized, agent attraction in a way that has, clearly benefited them. Again, if you're a team leader and you have some agents coming over to the team, pretty minimally, you can just make some additional money because those agents will be doing production if you're helping them do production, and you'll get like little micro cuts of everything that they do up until that cap where it's $4,000. But again, that's money that most brokerages are not giving you. They don't do anything special like that. Then number 3, like I said, is the stock purchase plan, and this is a pretty robust way to make money within the stock world, right? I find stocks to be very boring. I say that a lot on this channel, but I opted for the SPP, the stock plan, and it's paid off extremely well. And so now I'm like, well, I guess I like stocks, because I haven't done anything differently. I just signed up for this. They take a portion of every commission. I don't even notice it that it leaves. And now I have that money in stocks again, a pretty real way. And then the stock will continue to grow. When I started, I looked actually recently, the first stock that I bought was like $1.20, and now it's at $5. And again, I'm not thinking about it, and I think there's a real chance that stocks go up to $10 or even higher. Real Broker has been pretty much doubling the agents that have come on board for like every year for quite some time, for quite a few years. So it's not just you buy their stocks, they also will gift you free stocks, based on what you are buying. Before you hit your cap, they'll give you a 5% stock bonus. So if you pay in $100, they'll give you $5 for free. If you pay in $1,000, they'll give you $50 for free. And then after you cap, they give you a 10% bonus. So if you pay in $100, they give you $10. If you pay in $1,000, they give you $100. If you pay in $10,000, they give you $1,000, right? So it's just like a little bit of extra sauce on top. But then the reality is, in my opinion, that the growth of the stock overall and sort of the automated nature of it is where the most value comes. The free stock that they're giving you, that extra little, that's cool, but I think the real impressive stuff is when, the stock doubles. And again, you're not even thinking about it. It's just sitting over there in a stock account, which by the way is ShareWorks by Morgan Stanley. Really, really easy app to use. And again, as somebody who hates stocks or finds them very boring, it's so easy to check and just go, oh, sick, I have that much in stocks. Then there are stock awards. And I think this is where basically, this is one of 5, but I think there's basically 4 different subcategories under the stock awards. For one, you get a stock award if you cap. So if your cap is $12,000, you get 150 shares. If your cap is $6,000, you get 75 shares. If your cap is 4, you get 50 shares. 150 shares, not that crazy, but it's free stocks and you don't even have to sign up for it. No matter what, you're getting 150 shares of stocks if you cap as a solo $12,000 cap agent. Then there's attracting shares. So where if you attract an agent to Real Broker, you pretty much automatically get some shares when they do their first transaction, right? So if you attract an agent and they're a solo agent or whatever, and they close their first transaction, you can get 75 shares. Again, 75 shares, not necessarily life-changing, but it's free and it's better than what most brokerages do for attracting an agent to that team. Then there is the Elite Agent Award, which is you have to cap, and then in Minnesota, it's pretty much you cap, and then maybe you do like another 20 to 25 transactions. It pretty much all just depends on like the median price, sale price that you're doing, but it's somewhere around 20 to 30 transactions, and you hit Elite Agent. Again, I have a whole video on that, so feel free to watch that if you want to know more. The beautiful thing with Elite Agent is that when you hit Elite Agent and they give you $16,000 in stocks, again, just for doing the production that you're hoping you would do anyway. You don't have to do anything different. And again, you don't have to sign up for the option to hit Elite Agent. If you're a $12,000 cap agent, so a solo agent, a team leader, or a team member who is elected to take that higher cap, you can reach Elite Agent and get $16,000 in stocks. Then once you've hit Elite Agent, you also have the opportunity to earn what's called a cultural award. I have not done this one, mostly because I didn't fully understand what it all meant, and I kind of wanted to give my time to this YouTube channel rather than to teaching within Real Broker. But basically, if you give back to the entire agent population by teaching within Real Broker, by the way, by teaching within Real Academy, which is a really robust library of learning platforms, masterminds, and things like that. Or if you basically are like giving to charity to a certain amount, you get a cultural award to the tune of $8,000 worth of stocks. Now, keep in mind with a lot of these bonus stocks, I think all of the bonus stocks, they're what's called RSUs or restricted share units, where it takes, I think some of them are 1 year, some of them are 3 years, but they have to basically season. So they have to sit in that account and you have to be in good standing within Real Broker for 3 years to get that. I could care less about that rule because I fully intend to stay at Real Broker for a very, very long time because I think it's one of the best business models in all of real estate, if not truly the best model in all of real estate. Lastly, the 5th way, in my opinion, maybe the 9th way if you're a Real Broker, the 5th way to earn money is through what's called the Real Title Joint Venture. I think this is interesting. It's not something I partake in, but mostly because I have a title company whom I love, who I've done a ton of transactions with. I just trust them so much that right now I can't really test the waters because I can't really make that switch now. But I think there could be a time where if I hear enough good things about Real Title Joint Venture, well, really Real Title, that I could start testing the waters and I could start taking advantage of that joint venture situation. Basically what that means is you can sign up to be part of the joint venture where you will use Real Title and you will get some percentage, you will get some amount of the business or of the profits that Real Title makes over the course of a year. They pay part of their profits out quarterly. If your whole team uses Real Title, then you can receive more profits, and you also can buy more shares of your state's Real Title company if you are a team leader and all that. But I'm gonna make a whole video on Real Title Joint Venture. Right now I'm not using it, so it seems like it would be kind of phony, right? And I haven't dove in enough, so I'm gonna dive in and then I'll make a video on this channel about the joint venture. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. I gotta go, bye.